10 years ago, Larry Murphy, a carpenter from Baltinglass in County Wicklow, set out to rape and kill a woman. He stalked her for a month and kidnapped her in Carlow. He broke her nose, gagged her, bundled her into the boot of his car, drove 13 kilometres to Beaconstown, where he had hunting rights, undressed her and raped her. Afterwards, he told her he was married and the names of his 2 young children, and that he would bring her home. But instead, he put her back in the boot of his car, drove up the Wicklow Mountains and raped her 3 more times. He fled when he was disturbed by 2 fox hunters, but was found later by Gardai. He pleaded guilty to rape, abduction and attempted murder and was sentenced to 14 years in prison. He was later questioned about the disappearance of several other women in Leinster, but no evidence was found. In prison, he refused treatment and refused counselling. This morning, after qualifying to have a quarter of his sentence reduced, he walked free from Arbour Hill prison in Dublin. Is his early release justified? Can he be watched enough to make sure he doesn't rape again? And why has his release attracted so much attention? Later, we'll discuss this with our crime correspondent Paul Reynolds, law lecturer Tom O'Malley and author Barry Cummins. We also hope to hear from Larry Murphy's brother Tom. But first, our reporter Jonathan Clinch spent this morning outside Arbour Hill prison.
There's about 35 or 40 journalists and cameramen camped out opposite the entrance to Arbour Hill prison here on Arbour Hill Road. Looking across from the prison entrance, there is a bank of camera lenses waiting for Larry Murphy's imminent release. It's 10:10 now. We've been gathered here all morning. The expectation is Larry Murphy will be released in the next few minutes. There had been a half-dozen uniformed Gardai in high-visibility clothing patrolling out front of the prison. That's risen now to 9. There's 2 Garda cars and also a Garda van has just driven past. We're keeping our eyes open for a taxi. It's understood that Larry Murphy will leave the prison, enter a taxi, which will drive him away. Overhead, the Garda helicopter hovered. Passers-by asked whether or not he had been released, not mentioning Larry Murphy's name.